Okay, good evening and good afternoon, depending on where you're at in the United States. So, I'm making this video about what we've seen on social media, especially YouTube, about Carmelo Anthony. My first thing I'm going to say that my condolences go out to the victim's family. Now, you're the kid is a revival um, football player from another school. From what I've seen on the footage, that every school in the U.S. is going to be different. You're going to have a track and field um, area, whereas the track and field is not going to be on school property. It might be down the street. Prime example in my state. Um, there are schools here in my state, whereas the track and field is down the street from the high school. There's it's a community track and field, so um, people could walk around, do exercise, the same thing. Every state's different. Every town is different. Every county is going to be different depending on the track and field. If the track, from what I've seen, it looked like the from somebody used a drone, that the track and field is actually looks like it's part of the school because it had a lot of buildings. So that's what I've seen on the news from a drone point of view. So there's this black guy that said he was there, and I don't think how good credit he is about his whole scenario story. I think like he's uncredible. I don't believe him. So in the black community, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I don't think it was a right decision for him to stab that white kid. Everything could have been avoidable. That white kid should have never had approached him. That's not your place. You do not go to school there. You have no right to tell him, hey, you can't sit here. It's that your son approached him first. Whatever he said to your son put his hands on him. And before he did that, Carmelo gave him a warning, and your son didn't heed the warning. So your son put his hands on him. Is it self-defense? Yes and no. Every state has a difference when it comes to self-defense. Why would you bring a knife to a track meeting or a track event? Whatever was going on in that whole situation, why did you bring a knife? People I've seen on YouTube or social media, I'll say YouTube because I've been watching this on YouTube and also on Black Twitter as well. Not Black Twitter, Black TikTok, and there's also Black Twitter too, but mostly Black TikTok. And I'm gonna put it like this: everybody is spinning a narrative of the story. We weren't there. All we know is from what we seen is on YouTube and on the news. Was it how should I say, was it dumb enough to him to stab that kid? Yes. It wasn't that if he since he pushed him, like shoved him with his hands, his other twin brother was there. So how come They're not talking to they did an interview, and he said, hey, I just was holding my twin brother in my arms, and I told him to hold on. My dad came. The dad and his other son did an interview. So there's like this whole big puzzle, and this whole puzzle is like we only hear one side, and then we hear the other side. So while the other twin brother, who is alive, he should have said something even more. He's the only one, and Carmelo are the only two are holding the other piece of the puzzle. You don't have a right to go to another school and say, you can't sit here. He could have just mind his own business and just say, you know what? I'm going to stay underneath this tent. Let's get this done and we can just go home. No, that never happened. He never went home. He's in the ground. He got unalive. It's unfortunately. That's like, I'm a Dolphins fan, so like, say that, and my girl is a Dallas fan, and we went to Foxborough Stadium where we paid for our seats, right? And there's a bunch of, the whole stadium is all Patriots, so hardcore Patriot fans. I'm wearing the Dolphins, she's wearing the Cowboys. And let's say that someone said, hey, you're a Dolphins fan. And I would just be like, listen, you guys lost your star quarterback. Your star quarterback went to Tampa, and yeah, then he have to retire. I would just make a joke of it. I'm like, listen, you think you guys are going to go to the Super Bowl without your star quarterback, Tom Brady? Seriously? Oh, well, maybe. And some people will come up and say, you know, squish the fish. It wouldn't bother me. It would not bother me as long as we're all there enjoying the game. That's it. Because you go down in Florida, there are Patriots fans down there as well too, who are from New England, and they have summer homes down in Florida. Those are Patriot fans, and they go to the Dolphins stadiums and they sit with the Dolphins fans, hardcore Dolphins fans. So they're not going to sit there and start a fight over, oh, I don't think you should sit here. Excuse me. You should sit in the Patriots seats, knowing that that person paid for their seats. They're not going to do that because Dolphins and Patriots, they're revival. That's their revival team. So they're just going to be good sportsmanship about it. They're not going to start a fight in the stands or anything. They're just going to enjoy the game. Does it happen? Yes. Do we see it on TV? No. But in this type of situation, it's like Florida State versus their revival team. They have a lot. And like a Florida State fan goes and sits at that on the bleachers. That revival team comes to that Florida State fan and said, you can't sit here. They're not going to say anything. everybody is going to go to that game and have a good time. Another prime example, high school. My school has a revival team on the Seacoast, and one night it was a football game, and it was I'm going to say the initials, PH versus DH. And I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I heard about it. It was in the newspaper, and a lot of people got involved. It was a big fight on the field. PH was the home team because DH came to PH, and this is all on the Seacoast, true story. So whatever happened, I wasn't there. I heard about it, that one of the players did something. It was a football game. Obviously, it was a high school football game, so that's why I'm using two initials. PH is the home team. DH is the guest. So DH did something to one of the players from PH, and then it was a big fight in the middle of the field. So PH fans came onto the field, while DH coaches and staff and the police, well, obviously was involved, had to protect the guests, was the football players. So it was a big brawl, fights, and everything else. That's what happened. In this scenario situation, you don't get to tell another person from that school where to sit. You have no right. You should have never went over there. He could have been alive right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation. But he decided to go over there, said some words. Kamala said, what I think he said, I don't think you want to mess with someone like me or something like that. And the football player like either pushed him or shoved him, and he didn't heed the warning, and so he pulled out a knife and stabbed him. So this is what I only seen the interview. After he left, he got arrested that right there on the spot, and he asked if the kid was okay. Apparently not. The kid was unalive. And it's unfortunately like they're both young. One's alive, one is unalive. And here we are, bringing weapons to school it's not cool. It's just go to school, just get the education. It's very unfortunately that now there was another school shooting, and this time the perpetrator that I seen it last night made a YouTube video that somebody from that school was threatening him. So he admitted in his video that he is going to take care of the situation. And he wasn't not kidding. And I'm like, oh shit, he's going to go for it. Not only did he criminate himself, but he made a confession what had happened. That somebody from that school that he went to that shot up the whole school that he was looking for, and unfortunately some students got injured, some are still in the hospital, some went home. The ones that are in the hospital are critical, um, have critical conditions still, and the whole school is closed down for the week. Somebody let that kid in, and then he's like, "Hey, you know what? Maybe the kid thought he was from that school. Let him in, and all chaos happened." So my thing is that when is it going to end? When? Why are these kids bringing guns to school? When is it going to end? When is it going to end? That's something that society has to ask. The prison system is going to be overrun by high school kids. It's going to be it's happening already. It's going to be run by high school kids. It's just like those two white families that that kid shot up a whole school and killed a bunch of students. They're using that whole the mother and father accountable. Here's the thing. Since the justice system is using mom and dad, the white family, for an example, but Camarlo, his family had gotten received death threats. So they went and had gotten all this money together and posted like, hey, we bought a brand new vehicle, we bought a brand new home, really nice home. But you posted it, but you didn't post your home, but you said that you were moving all the money that you got from a different app, from a different agency, not from GoFundMe, because GoFundMe found out like what had happened. To me, this is why I don't donate money. This is why I don't like um like to help other people, because I know if I donate money, you're going to use it for something else. So no, that shows me that when you buy a new vehicle and a new home because you got received death threats, do you know how many content creators have gotten death threats? You don't see them up and moving because it's that, I get it. You don't know what people are capable of. I get it, and I understand that. But for you to take all that hard for your family to take all that hard working money that people made sure that you got bailed out, this is all from the black community. The black community made sure that he got out. So the black community, they're like all praising him, saying that, yeah, he did the right thing. But you weren't there. We weren't there. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. Excuse me. We weren't there. We're spinning this whole narrative of this whole story. Only 3 people knew it happened. Only 2 are around. It's unfortunately the other person is in the ground. The other person is never going to come home. Never. So the son and Camarlo, these 2 know what happened. The other person, his brother right here, is in the ground. Like I said, this could have been avoidable. He could have just stayed with his family. Should have never came and talked to him. Never came to talk to Camarlo. Should have just mind his own business. And that's the problem. We tend to be on a revival team. That's like me talking to a revival team and say, hey, you can't sit here. That would be stupid. It's unsportsmanship like. And what he did was unsportsmanship. That's where he went wrong. You're representing your school. You have no right to come up to another revival school student. Mind your own business. Leave it alone. If he's not bothering you, let him sit. This goes for anybody in high school and junior high. If you're from a revival team and you're going to the home school to compete in track and field, or you're a fan of the revival team, zip it. Don't do this, because this will get yourself unalive, or more possibly will be beat up or in a hospital. Zip it and enjoy the game. After that, you go home, everybody's happy. But when you do this, you get unalive, you're in a hospital, on life support. This person get put up with charges. For what? Because you did this. You could have mind your own business. Stop doing this, because you don't know what the other person is probably going through in their mental health. Oh, that's another thing. They might use a mental health card. It looks like he was a football player himself. He was working. And here's the thing. They show like the good things of what he did. That's great. Mom and dad are home together. He did not come from a broken family. But I'm just saying that just because you have a good kid at home, don't mean that your kid could do some bad, evil things. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, because there's too many school shootings, kids being unalive, because the school system and the parents, everything starts at home, at home. So society has to blame the parents. The parents play a big role, but the school system play a bigger role. And the kid will say, like, not Camarlo, but any kid out there that has problems in the school system, I know it's hard to go to a guidance counselor. It's hard to talk to a teacher, because teachers are, the whole school system are on some BS stuff. And it's unfortunately that they have no voice. Parents, you guys need to be the voice of your kid. Your kid is going around unaliving people at school. It's not cool. When this madness is going to stop, nobody knows. I just wish it would just stop, because it's just uncalled for. It's like last year and the year before, and then it's like a ritual. And I'm sorry, but that's what it is. It's like you turn on the news, go on YouTube, watch it on another outlet in another state that there's another school shooting after school shooting after school shooting, and it's always happened during the summer or before summer, depending on the weather, depending on what state you're in. But I'm just saying that, you ever notice that pattern? Here's another thing. Are there bullies in school? Yes. But why is it that, and I also blame the kids as well too, because you guys as a whole community in that school system trying to live and trying to get by, if you see something, say something. Don't be sitting on the sideline, because you guys play a big role in it too. You're like, oh, he brought a gun to school. What did you do? Uh, Me and my friends, we ran for our life. What happened? Oh, he. Sorry, somebody was walking by. I thought I recognized a person I know. Um, I don't know. All I heard was this, like he brought a gun to school, and I heard some popping noise. So me and my friends, we left. And here's the thing: most of the time, the person who is getting bullied always stays silent because that person is a victim. And when the victim goes home, parents are on a totally different level. Every household is going to be different. They're like, oh, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, whatever. Excuse me. Yeah, I had a good lunch today. If your kid doesn't want to talk about it, you as a parent should not ignore the situation. If you know that your child has some problems at school, go up to the room, knock on the door, and say, hey, let's talk. What's going on? Then your kid could come and open up. You parents don't do that. So this is why we have school shootings. You guys go to these like school events, like not events, but like there's a lot of things that's going on in the school system that should have never been in the school system. Education is education. And it's like I said this in my last video, one of my videos, should I say, it's about like just get rid of all the wokeness, bring back education. One flag. Hold that thought. This is the flag that I'm used to seeing when I was a kid in school. Throughout my childhood life and all the way to a teenager to an adult, when I was a kid, I saw this in my classroom 365 days. When I was a teenager, I saw this in my classroom 365 days a year. When I was in high school, I saw this in my classroom 365 days a year. This is the only thing that should be hanging up in the classroom. No other flag, only the American flag. If you're from Puerto Rico, yeah, you can have your own flag, put it in a locker, or just put it on your desk. That's it. This is the true American flag that should be flying outside, flying inside every classroom. There should not be no other flag. I don't understand. Obviously, I got a bunch of American flags. And I got a NASCAR flag. I'll show you that one. So I'm going to bring my flags right here. Obviously, I got this flag. You guys just saw this flag as well, too. Saw this one. I'm going to show you this one. And obviously, it's the same flag. Yep. Same flag. And I know. And NASCAR flag. So there you have it. There should not be no other flags. There's only one flag should be flying around outside on in high school and junior high and elementary. There should not be no rainbow flag. There should be education. Get rid of all the doctrination in the school system. Bring back the original teachers to say, hey, well, how about you want to get out of retirement? Here's a new formula. We'll pay you $90K or $100K just to teach education. Will they take it? Probably not. Or probably. I don't know. Every teacher is going to be different. But we need to get rid of the violence in school. We need to get rid of the alphabet people in the school system. We need to get rid of all the doctrinations. And yes, we need to bring back education. And you parents out there who mutilate your own child. Oh yeah, you mutilate your own child. And your child gets to have all these pronouns? Nope. Every kid in every school, from elementary to junior high to high school, those kids should not be playing the clown world. The kids, your kids, and my kid, and everybody else's kid, we live in the real world. Now, I know I got off subject, but I'm just so tired of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sure you guys will agree with me. Enough is enough. Let's get rid of these fools. I've seen it so many times, and I just sit back and not say anything because I want to get more and more receipts, because these parents, they go to these school boards meeting and talk about banning books that should have never been in a school right here in my state. Get rid of those books. They should never been in a school system whatsoever. I thought it would never come to my state. And sure enough, it came to my state. I seen it on YouTube where parents are talking about this is what my child is reading. But the school board don't want to hear it. But you are allowed inappropriate books to elementary kids. But when it comes to a parent reading those books to you guys, oh no, we don't want to. That's what you guys are doing. You're telling the parents that they don't want to hear the inappropriate book. But you brought it in there. You brought pornography in the elementary school and a junior high. But we'll say elementary. You guys did that. You guys are grooming. You guys are grooming little kids. It's not the boogeyman down the street. It's not the neighbor. Or it's not the family member. It's you guys. You guys are the boogeyman. You guys are the neighbors. You guys are the one who is grooming little kids. Think about that. And all you parents that go to these school board meetings, you guys know it. Save your energy. Don't go to no more school board meetings. This is my opinion. I just think like, you know what? Every parent whose child is being groomed at school, just get a book, write down notes, time, day, year, and take a picture of the book that your son and your daughter brought home from school. Get a lawyer. All you parents just need to get a lawyer. Go after the school funds. Go after the school board's pocket. Put a freeze on their mortgage. Put a freeze on their bank account. go after their pockets and go after the funds, because you guys need to get rid of these school board people. Seriously, just get rid of them. Now, back to Carmelo. So you went and your family bought a house. Your family bought a new vehicle. Very strange. But you're like, we had to move for a security reason. But all that hard work and money that people gave you guys said, oh, we're going to use it for attorney fees. You guys got good money. I'm sure you guys are well off. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Again, I had a good lunch that I made a couple weeks ago. It was rice, and I made some chili. I made rice and some pork tenderloins and pork chops for my girlfriend. So she didn't. She had the rice and pork chops and tenderloin. She liked it. She enjoyed it. So back to the story. So no, I did not work at Lowe's. Sorry about that. But I got this for free because Lowe's had an event, and this is like 4 or 5 years ago, during the summer. And yeah, it's another video I'll talk about. I'm definitely gonna make. Yes, and it has to do with Lowe's and some shit had happened there. So your parents bought a nice house and a nice vehicle, and they paid for you. Your bill was $1 million, and it got reduced down to 100,000 and something. Think what, 100,000? But a lot of people are upset. But here's another thing. Now with the school shooting, this other kid turned himself in. He was black. He had a problem, just like I said, he had a problem with somebody at that school. Luckily, he turned himself in. His parents convinced him to turn himself in. After that whole big confession that you made on YouTube, they're going to use that against your dumb ass. Enough is enough. So there is enough is enough needs to be done. And there is this video call with all these different artists. So I'm going to show you the video. Sorry about the stick. I'm just using okay. It's BDP, Boogie Down Productions, Stetsasonic, and Kumo D, MC Light, Dougie Fresh, Just Ice, and Heavy D. They're talking about what's going on in the black community. Now, it's a very important song because excuse me, because in the 90s, in the rap music, we call it rap music, not hip hop. We call it rap for a reason. Excuse me. The reason why we call it rap music because we are tired of killing each other. We are a product of our own environment. So this is why in this whole new generation in the black community is nothing but drugs, sex, and violence. So enough is enough. So these artists got together and said, hey, why don't we just get together and make a song about self-destruction? Which is that's what we're doing. We as a whole unit and in the black community, we're selling drugs, we're killing each other. And that's all we're doing. Drugs and killing each other over territory. And it's sad. And the only thing that we can do is just, we can't blame white people. Only thing we can do is just, we have to be held accountable. And that's what these artists did. They're holding us as a black community. We're being held accountable. Fast forward, not so much, because it is like racism. And like, wait a minute. No white person told you to go rob that store, steal a car. You can't blame it on music. You can't blame it on movies. You can't blame it on video games. That's what this society did. In the 80s, there wasn't no violence. In the 90s, people were blaming music, video games, and movies. Does it really happen? No. Yeah, it does. But music, and they have done a test. These are my quotes. That music have influenced people to kill. Music have influenced people to steal a car. No, not steal a car. Video games, Grand Theft Auto. They're going to kill that game because it was too violent. You can kill a person, you can kill a cop. Well, I'm going to say unalive. You can unalive a person, you can unalive a prostitute, you can unalive a cop, you can steal someone's car. They're going to do that. They're going to take that game and destroy it. And they found out video games and movies and music doesn't influence nobody. If that was the case, we wouldn't have this whole new generation would never have this. All this technology. I was watching a video last night and it brought back memories of how we had it in the 1980s and the 1990s. We had it great. Most likely in the 80s. And I brought that video. The reason I talk about 1980 because everybody was doing good. No violence. No school shooting. You had a problem with somebody, you hit it right then and there. At school, you get in-house, you get suspended. Then the next morning, you go to your in-house, stay there all morning until you go home. And obviously, they have to feed you, go to the bathroom, and all that fun stuff. Then you just go home. And that's pretty much it. So, fast forward, too much violence. Too much. With Camarlo, a lot of people are very upset to the fact that he got out. Got out on bail. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, but you should have never gotten out. Never. If it was a white judge, he would never got out. You guys know it. I know it. Now this is a black judge. Now she got death threats. Now she's in hiding because it's Texas. Everything happened in Texas. The school shooting was happening in Texas. The stabbing happened in Texas. So if it was a white judge, oh yeah, his bail, there would have been no bail. A white judge would have said no bail. Let him sit. He would have then, from there, he would have sat in jail with no bond. Then he'll have to get go back to court and try to get a bail hearing and all that stuff. But you unalive somebody. Was it self-defense? Yes and no. But one person is in the ground. Should have never invoked him. Should have never invoked him. While his other brother was there. And his other brother could have said something. Yeah, I'm sorry that you lost your brother, but you were there too. This is what other people are saying on YouTube. I'm going to say social media. Black Twitter, Black TikTok, saying that the other brother was there. You could have stopped it, but you chose not to. Everything is going to be revealed when he goes to court. He'll go to court within the middle of this year. I would say between June or July, he'll go to court. Maybe August if we're pushing it. We're just going to have to see, and we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with this whole case. Until then, to you high school kids, to junior high kids, to elementary kids, if you're from a revival school and you see somebody, I don't care if they're black, I don't care if they're white, Asian, or Spanish, leave them alone. Do not approach them. If they're sitting on the bleachers and they're in their homes, you're in their home, you're the guest. Stay away. You have no right to approach the opposing team. It is not good. You guys know what's going to happen. You guys already seen with Carmelo Anthony. You guys know. You go up to somebody who's on the opposing team. They could be a fan with that school. Don't go up to them, because you guys know what's going to happen. They could attack you. They could unalive you. They could put you in a hospital. Stay with your school, because you're the guest. If you're from another town with that school and you're the fan of that school, as you're a guest, you're in that person's home. You have no right to disrespect that person's home. The home meaning that's that school's grounds. Zip it. Enjoy the game. You'll go home. Nothing won't happen to you. But then unfortunately, don't do this. Zip it. And just enjoy the game. Now, if you're the guest and someone comes up to you from that home school, just sit down, and if they say, hey, you're not supposed to be sitting here, don't do this. Just get up and just walk away. Because you get to go home. That person gets to go home. You're alive. The other person's alive. Just get up and just walk away. Because if you're with your parents, they can't say anything. Just be more sportsmanship about it, because you're the guest. Just go to the football players, just go to the track meet team. You're the guest. If you're from a different school, you're the guest. Zip it. Don't go on the bleachers. Stay with your team. Stay underneath the tent. If it's outdoors, stay with the tent. If it's indoors, stay with your team. Stay with your school. Don't go over to the home school. Don't invoke. Leave it alone. And just play a peaceful game. And to the fans, if you're from that Revival school, sit on the bleachers, zip it, be the adult, zip it, and don't invoke, don't bring no weapons, and enjoy the game. Oh, that's another thing. When you're coming in, the school systems from the home school and the Revival school, the police, sheriff, whatever state you're in, they should check each and every vehicle to make sure that there is no weapons. If you bring a weapon to school grounds, you should get arrested. You should be banned from that school, and you should have a court hearing. Yeah, you should be banned from that school forever. You're not putting other people's lives at risk because you want to bring a weapon to the home school, and the home school parent, you should not bring a weapon to school at all. Every vehicle should be searched. When you're coming to a school's event, your vehicle should be searched. They have sheriffs and police officers or stadies search every vehicle. So as you come in, your vehicle gets searched. Yeah, it's going to hold up traffic, but you're saving a lot of people's lives, and that should happen. Kids will be safe. Parents should be safe. Everybody will be safe. That's my opinion, and I hope that everybody understand that we need to stop this. Your kid come home from school, he or she doesn't want to talk about it, give them space, go up, search on their internet, see what they're looking for, and just say, hey, let's talk about it. What are you doing? It only takes 5 seconds of your day just to communicate with your own kid. Because your kid, you might not know it, your kid's a walking time bomb. And you didn't prevent it. As you parents out there, you didn't prevent it. You let the bomb went to the school and unalive high school kids, junior high kids, because you didn't diffuse the situation. Some of you guys probably did, but the school system let the whole scenario explode. And then unfortunately, only thing you guys could do is hold the school accountable. Just like the parents, father and son, and mom and dad. Yeah, mom and dad, they're not getting out. So so they're using them, the white couple, the white family, they're using them for an example. Every parent whose child has been affected by gun violence, bullying in the school system, get a lawyer. You already did your part. Just write down in your book. Make a video of it. Because it's public. Just make a video of it and write down and say, you already went. You tried to resolve it numerous of times. The school system didn't do anything. You not only you're speaking up for your child, but the school system, if they said, oh, we'll do something about it, and they find out that on the news, you're getting a phone call, hey, your child is nuts. Your child did this, did that. Your child unalived a bunch of students. And that's coming from the police department. And the really sad thing is, you parents should hold not only the parents accountable, but you should hold the school system accountable. Go after their pockets. Go after the school board money. Because the school system, like I said, they're on a whole totally different level. You're better off just suing. Because the school board ain't going to do anything. You're just talking to that wall behind me. That's all you're doing. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than listening to the school board. And I'm being honest, because the school board ain't going to do anything. They'll just sit up there and just like, yep, okay. The minutes are up. And this is where I don't understand. I've been watching countless of YouTube videos of parents go up to the school board and have these meetings, and you guys have a cop. I get it for security reasons, for safety, but that cop or cops that go to these school board meetings, your child is also a victim. It could be your grandson, your granddaughter, your grandkids. They could be a victim. And you're not doing anything to protect them. All you're doing, you're protecting those, what's the word I'm looking for? You're protecting the enablers. That's the word. Word for today is called enablers. So these cops are protecting the enablers at school. They're like, oh, come on, let's go. And when they escort the parents out, because the parents are voicing their opinion and the school board is cutting out their mic, are you kidding me? You're violating their First Amendment right to free speech, but you guys don't want to hear it. But you have these cops who are protecting your dumb ass because you're an enabler, and you don't see nothing wrong with that. But these cops need to protect you. Why? They have kids that go to your school. But they have to protect the enablers. And that's where the word, I know I should have put it up here somewhere. Enabler. I'll try to figure out how to put that on the video up here, because that's what it is. That's all these school board people are. They're enablers, because they are letting things get out of control. They don't care. They're only there for a paycheck. And it's unfortunate, it's sad but true. They're only there for a paycheck. They don't care about your kid's education. They don't. They don't care about your kid's safety. Your daughter's safety. That's another subject. That you're letting teenage boys invading. Excuse me again. Sorry about that. You're letting, the school system is an enabler. They're letting teenage boys invading teenage girls' sacred spots, the bathroom, the locker room, the sports. We need to bring back education. What every father should do. A real father, any real fathers out there need to protect their daughters. Any real moms and fathers, real moms and real fathers need to protect their daughters. Don't be like these other soft parents. There's other soft parents out there. They're just talking. But when you have real fathers and real mothers out there, real fathers should just take a day off. If they have a day off, real fathers who have day offs from work, go to your daughter's school and have real fathers on each floor. Stand outside of the girls' bathroom. Have a father stand outside of the girls' locker room. Just, you're protecting not only your daughter, but you're protecting her friends as well. Just stand outside. And that's all you have to do. Just stand outside. You're protecting your daughter and her friends. What the school board's going to do? Oh, you can't do that. And they let them call the cops. And you tell that cop, your daughter could be in there with another boy in there. I'm doing it to protect my daughter and her friends. Any real cop would say, you know what? I totally agree with you. I'll even help you stand out here. And that real father said, I appreciate that. As long as those two are on the same team, on the same level, they're like, yeah, I have a problem with that too. A real cop would say, you know what? I have the same problem with that as well. I am a father. And I'm glad I have someone like you protecting. That could have been my daughter in there. My daughter could be in there with a boy in there. No, that ain't gonna fly. No, you stay here. I will go and say, hey, I don't see nothing wrong. Here's my badge. Here's my number. You have a problem with it? Here you go. What, you gonna go talk to his lieutenant, his higher up? Higher up's gonna be like, nah, he ain't doing nothing wrong. Nah, he's good. He's a good guy. So, nah, he's not in trouble. And the father that's protecting those girls at school, nope, we're not filing charges. Nah, they're good. You'll be all set. That's how it should be. Cops should not arrest people at school board meetings. You got to put yourself in those parents' shoes. And you are, as a police officer, should know that you are a father. That could have been your daughter getting hurt on her team. She could have gotten raped. She has to be forced to change in the same sacred spot with a boy, teenage boy. But you want to take away parents' freedom of speech at a school board meeting, and you want to arrest these people? Well, you as a cop should say, you know what? Turn that mic back on. Turn it on. Let him talk. I'm a father myself. Here's my badge number and everything else. Yeah, I have the body camera on. Yeah, I might get fired or get written up, but hey, I'm a father. I totally agree with what he has to say. But if you guys really want to get really smart and get really technical, bring in a battery-powered microphone. Because they're not going to listen. They'll shut yours off. Be like, all right, you shut mine off? Bing! Here's what I'm going to have to say. And as long as it's portable, wireless, you can still bring your microphone. It's all you have to do. Because if those cops trying to arrest you, like, nah, I'm on my microphone. Nah. Those cops should be ashamed of themselves. They should not arrest you. Arrest any parent at a school board meeting. They shouldn't. They should be like, nah, let him finish. I'm a parent. I don't like how you guys running this whole school board. I don't like how you guys run this whole education. There, in fact, it was the governor or mayor. I want to say the governor or mayor told the school board meeting that if you do not resign, you'll be charged with CP. You don't resign, you'll be recharged with CP. I can only say CP. You're probably thinking, what's CP? CP is what the school board is doing to little kids. They're in possession of a material. They're a certain material that they're bringing into elementary schools and junior high schools as well. You're probably thinking, what CP? Okay, CP is child pornography. That's what these schools are doing. They're enabling and bringing in and they're grooming your kids. They're grooming from elementary to junior high. That's all they're doing. That's all the school board is doing. Okay. This is your boy Wolfgang 1305. Leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel. Remember, there's only one flag should be flying on the outside of the school, on the school pole, and also in the classroom. This is the American flag. Only one flag should be placed in the school system. Just be safe and protect your kids. And your kids, if something's going on at school, don't be afraid to talk to your mom and your dad. They're there to help you. Just be safe.